Hey BBs. Today I just kind of want to walk you through the way that I'm organizing my brand deals and my influencer work. It's definitely an ongoing learning process, but I figure that there's probably a lot of other people who are either curious or also just like, how the F do I organize all this? I do a lot of brand pitches every single day. I probably pitch about I actually don't even know the number. But yes, I do brand pitches every day. My background is in marketing and I also used to work in fashion. So I'm very well versed in terms of business emails and, all that stuff. But anyways, the point is it can get really confusing when you're working with a lot of different brands or you're getting a lot of emails or you're on all these different platforms. And so you have to keep track of when is this post due? What is the project scope of this current partnership? And I also want to keep track of any potential conflicts of interest. So the way that I'm doing that is I've created this I'm in the process of creating this master sheet where I kind of detail everything down to the industry focus. So I'm just going to turn my camera around and I'll show you. So as you can see, I've created kind of a rudimentary Excel sheet of just the basics. So I broke it down by industry, and of course it's pastel because we have to make it cute. Otherwise, what is the point? I was not very invested in business school. But basically, so let's start at the bottom. So we have home and decor, and stuff that would fall into this category is any sort of candles, cookware, different things like that. It's pretty broad. Health and wellness is supplements or, any workout products and stuff like that I get pitched or that I pitch. Food and bev, pretty self-explanatory. Skincare is its own section because it is a very broad industry, and beauty's on its own because we can just loop in all of the beauty tools, any makeup pitches I get, things like that. So, for the sake of not disclosing unnecessary information, not really sure where my contracts are with each of the brands I'm working with at the moment, I just wanted to show you the basics, the framework of what I'm doing. So here you can see I've listed brand and then current, which just lets me know what's the status of this. Is it in progress? Is it pending? Is it current? Am I currently working with them? And then compensation, is this a PR gift? Is it paid? Is it affiliate? What are the details? Just so I can keep track of that and make sure that I have a little bit in each section. The scope, what are they asking for? Do they want a reel? Do they want a post? Do they want a story? Does it need to be on TikTok? Does it need to be on YouTube? I need to make sure I have all that stuff. And then notes, because oftentimes you might get brand feedback or you might think of things that you want to ask the brand. So this is a great place to do that. And then, yeah, so right now I'm in the process of I'm going to fill this out, and then I want to make sure that I don't have too many brands in each section. And the reason for this is because I do not want to dilute the integrity of my brand. I don't want to be promoting 600 skincare products because that is what I get pitched the most. I want to actually make sure that I'm only promoting things that I actually like and use. And so therefore I have to turn a lot of people down, and I also have to be really cognizant of who I'm working with and if there's any crossover. So for instance, if I'm working with a brand that specializes in, well, I guess brands do everything, right? So if I'm working with a brand that is a long-term skin partner, that means I shouldn't have anything else in this category because they might have exclusivity. That's something you'll have to discuss in the contract, but this is something to keep in mind if you're thinking of being a content creator, or you are, or you're just curious. And then for beauty, this gives me a little bit more leeway because there's definitely a lot more room to play here. You could do anything from hair tools to makeup tools to makeup. And then for food and bev, that's pretty open. But what I would want to do if I start going into food and bev is I want to make sure that I only have one in each category. So for instance, if I'm working with a caffeine brand, so like a coffee brand or something like that, I don't want to have other brands in that category. I want to make sure that I'm being careful and that I only have one brand that I'm working with for coffee or whatever, and then one brand for like maybe supplements or something like that. We don't want to dilute our brand by having too many. You can't say yes to everyone, because if you say yes to everyone, you're not saying yes to yourself. That's pretty much what I have going for right now. That's what I'm working on all of this morning, and I thought I would just share that with you guys because it is a booming industry, but also organization can be kind of tricky since it is freelance. So hopefully this helps somebody out there, and let me know if you have any thoughts below in the comments.